Did you know that there's a lot of stuff in Crimson Desert that you don't know that you should probably know, but you probably don't need to know at the same time, but it's good to know? Well, let's begin. Did you know that you can actually take off your hood in this game with certain clothing attire? And you do this by bringing up your armor wheel and selecting over a cloak or a similar clothing item. And instead of using right trigger or left trigger or whatever it is on mouse and keyboard, and instead of hitting A, just scroll over it, highlight it, and then let go. And voila. You can also lift up the visor with certain helms in this game by doing the same exact thing, just highlighting it and then letting go. Hey Cliff, did you know that you can sleep in pretty much anyone's bed in this game as long as it's not occupied to pass some in-game time? And if it is occupied, well, just throw on a mask and do this. Well, that didn't work. You can also pass time at campfires, even ones with cooking pots. You just have to use the focus light, so LB or control if you're on mouse and keyboard. Did you know that you can also use light reflect while you're flying? Just hit the same button that you would if you're not flying, and you can scan the environment to try to find those sealed abyss artifacts and fast travel points. And the same thing applies while riding a horse. Did you know that you can actually land on your horse while flying? Check it out. Didn't even have to press a button. But does it work on a wild horse? I'm not really sure. Let's give it a try. Let's go, baby. Yeehaw! In Crimson Desert, waterfalls will absolutely wreck you. So you want to give it a try, Crowboy? F off, you're doing it.
Flight attendants, prepare for takeoff.
Did you know that you can actually overcome the waterfall's current by doing the stab skill and aiming it at the waterfall, and the stab skill is right here in your skill tree, so stop asking me what buttons to press. So here we go. Stabby poo! The catch is it only works on waterfalls that have space behind them. I did enough work today. You're going to have to find those on your own. Did you know that in Crimson Desert, you can actually get on the back of several of the creatures? You don't officially own the mount, meaning you're not going to be able to send it to the stable and call upon it when you want, but you can have some good temporary fun. And some of these creatures actually do attacks too. Let's see if I can get one of these antilopias. There we go. Pretty cool, right? Now, if you want to try this with a more hostile creature such as a bear, just be, oh my god, just be prepared to have to actually take its health down to the point of where it gets a little stun, and then you can pretty much jump on its back, and then when you get off, it's going to try to kill you. Definitely never ridden a moose before, though, so let me give this a try. Nope. Sorry. Did you know, well, for number one, that you can actually ride boats in this game? But this did you know is actually much more interesting than that. We're gonna row over there to Gilligan's Island. Don't think the game wants me to go over here. Okay, we're still afloat? Uh-oh.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Probably the coolest did you know of all the did you knows. Did you know that you can actually high jump off of your horse's back by simply hitting the dismount button while your horse is jumping like this? It's pretty badass. But even better, did you know that you can jump off cliffs with your horse? And just don't look. Fly away. Don't look back. And then when you safely land, just call your horse again, and it should be A-OK. Doesn't have the greatest memory. Did you know that many of the trees in this game can actually serve as human slingshots for extreme speed land navigation? Simply aim your axiom force towards the top of the tree, because physics do actually matter here, and then when you press the button prompt to pull, you'll notice another button prompt pop up, and on controller, this is the same as when you reel in a fish when you're fishing. So we're going to go ahead and start pulling the tree back, round and round and round and round, and then I'm going to go ahead and press the jump button. Here we go.
Uh-oh.
This is actually really fun though, and you can get some good distance and also height to get on top of cliffs. Did you know that you can use your spirit skill, Force Palm, to actually mine ore in areas where it's kind of hard to get your pickaxe on them? But do note that if you have obtained the mining knuckle drill from the drill boss in the Karen Quarry, which is northeast of the starting town, check out the button prompts in the bottom right of my screen right here. This is a one-handed drill. And there you go. If you don't have the knuckle drill equipped and you use those same button prompts, nothing's going to happen, but you can kind of stab at the stone and pull, but you're gonna look like an idiot. There's actually a few other ways you can go about this as you gain new skills. One is by using focused shot, but two is by gaining the force current skill, which does require axiom force level 2. Let me just go like this, press force current, and it falls to our feet. Interestingly enough, force current also works on trees. And it even works on baby horses. I'm just kidding. Definitely tried it on a few stupid-ass goats, though. Didn't work. Had to resort to good old-fashioned steel. Did you know that when the guards are coming after you like this, you can hide in the hay? They're not too smart. This guy's so stupid, I think I'm gonna kill him. You can find little piles of hay like this scattered throughout most of Pi-Well, so if you're on the run, consider jumping in. As you progress the main story, you'll end up unlocking 2 companions, and you can actually play as those companions in this game. Most of you guys should know that. However, some people might be unaware that you can actually summon these companions to fight at your side. You don't have to just take control of them. Just highlight over one of the companions, and instead of actually just letting go to become the companion, press the button prompt. And a few moments later, your comrade or comrades will show up at your side, and they will actually run around with you in the open world. And that includes fighting bandits. However, they will not join you in boss fights, and they won't tell you the answers to puzzles. Not quite sure why ℒ𝑝S didn't take advice from Dragon Age the Valguard. That was sarcasm, in case you didn't get it. I personally find the AI for the companions to be a little lackluster, to say the least, but they will pull aggro, which can be helpful, and they also use the skills that you have invested into them. Interestingly enough, when you have a companion with you, you can actually just switch back and forth between each character with ease. And you can even treat Cliff as kind of a companion instead of the main character, but you're not going to be able to push on with the main story unless you're playing as Cliff. Did you know that Cliff, or if you're playing as one of the companions, when you zoom in and face the camera towards their face, they will actually look at you, no matter where you go. Did you know that sliding with your bow drawn causes the game to slow down time? It's pretty cool. And while on the topic of the bow, did you know that when you're aiming your bow, if you press F, triangle, or Y, there's this awesome kick animation. And it's super fun and useful to use in combat when a melee combatant gets in your face while you're trying to shoot your bow. This next did you know, I feel like a lot of people are not going to know, and I'm letting it play out later in the video for all of you guys that actually stuck around to this point. When you're up in the abyss, solving abyss puzzles and maneuvering around sometimes rather suspect platforms, well, if you fall off the abyss, if you manage to hit your axiom force button, which is L3 on controller and tab on mouse and keyboard, watch what happens. Cliff shoots his axiom force straight up in the air and then dangles here, and you can actually you can have a little fun and swing around a little bit if you want to. In the bottom right, you now have an option that says escape. And if you click on that, you're brought back up to the abyss, so you never actually have to fall ever again. This will not work once you're through that trippy layer between the abyss and the ground. Nope. Did you know that if you pick up earrings and then you put them on any of your characters, so including your companions, and you're just not a fan of how they look, well, if you go into your menus, go over to others, click on settings, and then go over to languages and gameplay. Down here towards the bottom, we have options to display accessories or not display accessories for all three characters. So if we go ahead and turn that off, now you will see Cliff no longer is showing his earrings, but he's still getting the stat bonus. Did you know that you can assassinate opponents in this game? You do have to be a little sneaky, and you can usually only get off one assassination before they all turn on you, but it's still kind of cool. But the real did you know here is that you can actually parry in focus. It does take you out of focus, but focus slows down time, allowing you to see your opponent's animations much better, making it easier to parry. And this can be super useful against bosses that are swinging extremely fast. So essentially, when you go into focus, your spirit regens, and you can also pull off a parry. So it's a double win. Did you know that you can get some great starting money by simply robbing the bank in the starting town? Typically in my videos, unless I state so in the title, thumbnail, or the intro of the video, I try not to give away too many secrets like find this weapon here, find that weapon there, as I do think there's some value in players finding things on their own. It can be exciting and feel rewarding. With that said, this is a bank, and we're going to rob the shit out of it. Who cares? So just go ahead and go into the front door, and as long as you have a mask, which you can buy from the back alley vendor, near the wooden windmill that can be found. I don't have one on me. I guess I gotta go get it right now. Just southeast of the town. You can also, of course, find it as loot, and you can also get it from a faction quest. Go ahead and put your mask on in front of the guard just to make him look even more stupid. And as long as you have a key, which you can also buy from that black alley vendor, you can just walk right into this door directly to the left from the front door. Nobody's gonna say a thing. And in here, there are a ton items that are worth really good silver. There's some necklaces in here, and I think there might even be an armor piece. Just make sure not to hit the buy button, because then you're doing the opposite of actually, you know, stealing. That would be real bad if you clicked buy on all these items. Just make sure, of course, not to go out the door until that theft bar goes down. Otherwise, you're gonna get in trouble. Did you know that you could host a worldwide barbecue for all of Pywell's citizens and have the meat cooked in probably 20 seconds? So if you use the light reflection mechanic, but then you do the whole thing where you got to keep your right finger button down, let go of the left one, and then press it back down, and then you start aiming it over the meat, you just start barbecuing it up. Now, this is, of course, pretty basic cooking. You're not combining ingredients or anything like that, but early on in the game, this could actually be pretty powerful heals. And also, if you just find yourself in a pickle and you're not near a campfire, just throw a bunch of meat down, and there you go. You got a ton of grilled meat. Did you know that while sliding, you can press the slide button again, and it turns your character around, and then you can even use Force Palm to jump up in the air like that. Let's do it again without me talking. Did you know that when you start forming the Greymane camp, when you're at your camp, you can actually drop a bunch of crap on the ground like this? And your camp followers will actually pick up all of those dropped items and put them in your private storage chest for you. So, you know what? You might as well have slaves. Don't take the effort to go all the way into your tent or wherever your supply chest is in your camp. Let your camp followers do it for you. Support the system. I dropped all my loot and went to bed for 12 hours. Now we're just waking up, feeling good. Let's check the chest. Or climb on the chest. Welcome to Crimson Desert. And voila, all the items that I dropped are here. No promises. I don't know, maybe there's an item or two that won't make it, but don't shoot the messenger. Did you know that horses are shared amongst yourself and your companions? So if you go to a stable and click on manage horses, you can actually use the horse that Damien comes with, as well as 𝑁𝑜𝑡𝑒. Did you know that running into guards doesn't matter at all? So do it, because they're dicks. I like to do this for a good solid 30 minutes before I head out into the open world. Did you know that you can actually take stamina potions while flying to keep you up in the air going longer? I don't have any on me though, and I don't feel like crafting them, so deal with it. Did you know that in Crimson Desert you can actually have pets and they will follow you around? So if you find a little doggo that you really like, go up and pet the dog. In the top left of the screen, you will notice that my trust level with this dog went up by +5. Pet the dog as many times as you can until it stops giving you reputation for the day, and then go ahead and discard a bunch of raw meat on the ground and max that out as well. Each dog usually hangs out in the general vicinity that you first found them in, so just return every day and get as much trust as you can, and eventually the dog will become your official companion. You just have to max out that trust bar to 100, and these companions will actually pick up loot for you, and you can summon or unsummon them in the menu. I almost didn't want to include this one because it's more of like a guide thing that I talked about in a million videos, but here it is. So in the bottom left of your screen, there is a yellow bar, and as you kill opponents in this game, that yellow bar will fill up, and once it maxes out, oh yeah, you get a free skill artifact. It's really important to know. Also, this is kind of in the guide category, but could also fit Did You Know? Did you know that you can travel to Abyss Cressets? So when you go out and find sealed artifacts, sometimes you'll find Abyss Cressets, which are these little pillars, and you'll complete a puzzle, and then it will let you take the artifact out. Well, these are actually fast travel points, just like the Abyss Nexuses. So look for those on your map. Make sure you have the tab all selected or environment so you can actually see them, and you can fast travel to them. Don't rule them out. Did you know that you can actually load bounties up on your horse? Some of you guys might not even know that you can get on your horse with a bounty on your back, but you can also stow them on your horse. Take a look. What you have to do is use your light focus to kind of zoom in a little bit, and then you hit the button prompt that says load. Storing a bounty on the back of your horse allows you to get off that horse and, go do a couple things. Do not try fast traveling though, as that will be an automatic mission fail. But other things that you could do include hunting another bounty, or perhaps stealing a goat. Now you can see I got a goat on my back, and I also have a bounty on the back of my horse, and I can still ride the horse. So I'm carrying two large creatures at the same time. Did you know that in Crimson Desert you can threaten most NPCs, punch them, and tie them up as long as you have your mask on? And what that theoretically means is we could potentially toss a dwarf.
Nobody tosses a dwarf.
The fuck you looking at? Theoretically, right? Yeah, theoretically. Ah, fuck it, let's put it to the test. I think he died.